Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday morning. Hope everybody's okay and you managed to sort all the maths questions from yesterday and you had a go at some fluency and some of the maths that's online. I'm going to talk you through using my computer screen today to how I would like you to adapt the questions that I sent you for Monday for your fluency. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So I'm going to suddenly turn very, very tiny in the top right hand corner in a minute. Let's have a go. Okay, here I am up in the top right hand corner and you can now see my screen in front of you. Now what I've done, I've got two Word documents open. You'll be able to see on the left hand side here, this is the part that I sent you on Monday. Now there were two choices. You could either do the red section or you could do the blue section, which is just hidden under here. I've just made it smaller so you can see the other screen. So if you did the blue one, just follow the same principle that I'm going to show you with what we're doing today. Now I'm going to type onto this screen how we're going to generate numbers for today. Now to help us, what I've done, I've gone onto the internet and I found an interactive dice. This is from the Enrich website. And the good thing about this is if you go across this very tiny screen on here onto the settings, you can make your virtual dice go from numbers 0 up to 9, which is much better for when we're generating our numbers. Otherwise, it only goes up to 6 and they're not quite big enough. So once you've saved what you want to do, you go back and press the purple, and then we'll see our virtual dice at the bottom here. So I'm just going to move it up a little bit. So I'm going to roll my dice. Now, question number 1 over here, our first question was 68 times by 7. Now I've rolled a 5, so that's going to be the first digit of my 2-digit number. And then I've rolled a 4. Already I've made the number 54, and I'm now going to choose the number to multiply it by. I'm going to roll the dice again, and I get 6. So there is question number 1 already done. And we're going to carry on for the next few questions in the same way. So question 2, we're adding a 4-digit number, so we're going to generate a 4-digit number. So I've got a 3, that's 3,000. How many hundreds? I've got 2 hundreds. How many tens? 3 tens, and keep going back and rolling my dice, and then 2 ones. That's funny, 3,232. Now we're going to see, we were adding over here, it was a 3-digit number, so we're going to use the dice again to generate another 3-digit number. So we've got a 6, and we've got a 4, and then we've got a 3. So there we go. Question number 2, 3,232, add 643. Now we can keep going through most of these in the same way. For the square numbers, you're just going to roll 1 and square that and add it to another number that you're going to roll and square that. Let me just show you that just so you know what I mean. Oh, 1's a bit of a tricky one, so let's make a, keeps liking a 1. Let's, oh dear, 4, that's better. Let's have 4, and then I'm going to just borrow my little squared symbol from over here on this side. So it's 4 squared, and we're going to add it to, well, it seems to like that. Let's get it, but shall we? We're going to add it to 1 squared for question number 3. And so we keep going. So number 4, even though there's a decimal point in there, don't be put off. So I rolled my dice. My first one is a 4. Then I put my decimal point in. Roll it again. So it's 4 point, not sure what happened there, 4.63. So there's my number, 4.63. And I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to times it by 100. So for question 5, question 6, question 7, question 8, you can carry on in that way as you keep going through. Now then, I'm just going to show you for question number 9, because I think that one might be a bit more confusing. So for question number 9, what we're going to do, I in this one have kept the denominators the same, and I think it probably would be a good idea for you to do that unless you feel happy with converting them. So I'm going to just copy this over here so you can see the original question. Can you see it was 2/3, add 5/3. So what I want you to do when you first roll the dice, okay, so we're going to roll it, and we've got quarters this time. So that's going to be your denominator. You see what I'm doing for both fractions? And then we go back to our first fraction and we roll the dice. We get 2, it's already written in there, so that's 2 quarters. And we roll the dice again. and we add it to 5/4, which is already written in there, and then you can work it out. All right. Okay, I'm going to go back now to my big screen. There we go. So hopefully that all makes sense. So for each day, for the rest of this week, you can use an online dice or a spinner and make numbers for each question, go through, and then it changes it each time, but it gives really good practice for all those different types of questions. If you're doing the red section and you're finding them a little bit easy, you can always go on to the blue questions by the end of the week. That's absolutely fine. And if you have any questions with how to make them, or you're a bit unsure how to answer some of those, please send me an email on the Larch email address and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, hope all that's okay, and have a great week. Hopefully I'll get here to hear from you all soon. Please keep sending photographs of all your work in, especially things that you've done on the websites as well, because I haven't had so much of that back with photographs. If you could do a screenshot of what you've done, that would be brilliant. All right, take care everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.